Welcome back, chemistry fans. We are going to do our homework. I believe what we're going to do is homework 9.2, and that's something to do with heat and drawing graphs. So let's figure out how to do that right now. So here we go. All right. So, well, it's a combination. One of them is going to actually be a math question. Ooh, but in this math question, we have one formula. So it's not terrible for us to figure out. So heat is equal to mass times specific heat times the change of temperature. And that change of temperature is the final temperature minus the starting temperature. Okay. So it says it absorbs heat. That means the heat is going to be positive. So that's 67,500 joules here. It says that we are looking for a piece of wood that is 1,500 grams, but we don't know the specific heat of that piece of wood. What we do know is that it went from the final temperature of 57 to the starting temperature of 32 degrees Celsius. Okay, so let's first simplify that temperature change. 57 minus 32, and that's equal to 25. And so what we're now going to do is we're going to take those values on both sides, and let's do some algebra to simplify and get that CP by itself, because those will cancel out. And so CP will end up being the 67,500 over, what's 1,500 times 25? That would be 37,500. So we're pretty close here. So 67,500 divided by 37,500 gives me a specific heat of 1.8. Okay. Now the next one, this is a little bit of a more challenging question because it's asking you to conceptualize what is going on with the graph. Now, a state of matter graph, it is one of the Y's. So I'm going to actually get myself a little bit more room here. Hold on, I'm going to go down, and it's at 1 atmosphere and 20 degrees. All right, so I'm going to create this. So this is my Y graph. And it says then on this graph that it melts at 1 atmosphere and 20 degrees. So my pressure's over here, my temperature's down here. So 1 atmosphere, let's just put it right in here, and 25 degrees. There's 25 degrees Celsius. So we're on this line somewhere here. Okay, so everything looks good there. Now let's continue on. What else does it say for us to have on here? It says that it evaporates at 1 atmosphere and 85 degrees. So same 1 atmosphere, but this time at 85 degrees. So as that line goes across, now we're at 85 degrees. And then the third detail on this one is that it sublimes at a third 0.3 atmospheres and 10 degrees. So we got to go down to 0.3. So there would be half. So 0.3 is probably about there. And 10 degrees, I think that's still pretty reasonable that that's about right where it should be, 10 degrees Celsius, because that's where it's going to start the subliming process. Let's see, it has a triple point of 45 degrees. Well, that's not quite right. So we're going to have to adjust, and 0.7 atmospheres. The 0.7, again, I think probably could be shifted up. So on our curve, if this is 0.5, 0.7 is somewhere up here. So this should be where the triple point hits, 0.7. And 45 would be somewhere over here. So we're talking, this is where my target needs to be. So let's draw this line again, maybe something like that. Now everything starts to make sense. Okay, so that's what you're going to need to do for this one, is make certain that you don't just throw in numbers, that it makes sense, that you put the time to create a correct graph. All right, that's everything I wish to share with you. Thank you so much. Talk to you again soon. Good night. Bye.